Hello children, I am Mehraj going to teach you English for the first year, right? Now, first of all, let us talk about the text. As you are known with the 10th SSC syllabus, you have just completed. In that, you might have studied the 8 different units. Here, you have the modules. In every module, you will find 3 parts. One is prose, another is poetry, and the third one is short story. Among all the like this, you have 5 different modules. In that, the first module, let us see. In the first module, we are going to talk about the unit My Mother. It is written by APJ Abdul Kalam, very well known personality. You might have studied about him in 10th class. He has told you about his past, how he studied, where he was born. You are all known with this. Let us first know about the author who has written about his mother. APJ Abdul Kalam, as you all know, he was the President of India also. He was born on 15 October 1931 and died on 27 July 2015. His father's name was Jainul Abdin and mother Ashiyamma. As you all know, father is Jainul Abdin and the mother Ashiyamma. He was born in Rameshwaram. He had to sell the newspapers to support his family. As you know that during those times when he lived in Rameshwaram, World War broke out, Second World War. So he sold newspapers to support his family. And after school, he joined St. Joseph's College at Tiruchirappalli to continue his studies, and further he joined Madras Institute of Technology and he completed his studies. He worked at Defense Research and Development Organization and the Indian Space Research Organization, and he is a well-known scientist, as you all know. Now, let us see the next point. He authored a number of books. You have studied one among them in 10th class, and here you are going to study the another part. So he has authored number of books. He was very talented in writing the books as well as the poems. He loved teaching. Yes, children, he always loved teaching. He, as you all know, that after his presidency, when he became the president, and after that, after his term, he again went towards this field, teaching. So he loved it, and he was honored with over 40 doctorates. Over 40 doctorates. So let us now come to the text, what he wrote. In the previous class, you have studied about him. You studied about him, how he was, where he studied, what he was, what he did, how his school was, who were his friends, right? All these things. Now let us see what he wrote in this. The topic name, as you can see here, My Mother, right? It says that he recalled the memories of his mother, how his mother was. You are well known with her quality, how she was, but let us see in detail what he wrote. In the first paragraph, he starts by saying that he wrote a poem called My Mother, a poem on his mother. In that, he explains all this that you can see on the board. Let us see the point wise. In his growing up years, he always loved only 2 persons the most, that is his mother and his father. Always he used to remember them, he used to recall them. In his whole life, he recalled his mother and father. His father had a small business, and having this small business, he was also an imam of the mosque. Mother came from a small family, one of whom got the title Bahadur by the Britishers. In those days, Britishers gave this title to one of the family members of Abdul Kalam's mother. She came from such a great family. Though she came from such a great family, she was gentle, down to earth and very pious woman. She offered namaz. She always prayed to Allah. She always prayed to God. She served the large family. You know that in his family there were his siblings, his father, his mother, his relatives, his all the siblings, and it was a large family, as you all know. You studied in 10th class, so it was a large family. Though it was a large family, she used to serve all the members. She never stopped serving them. She felt all his siblings as her own children, and not only the children, but also the other people, the guests who come to their house also, she served well. His father had the business, that was he had coconut groves. The income was very small. He used to earn enough for the family, but he never liked luxuries. You see, children, the people, after earning some amount more than what they want to go for the luxuries. But his father was not like that. He was a very simple man. He never liked luxuries. If he wanted, he could live in the luxuries, but he did not. He was an imam, and he was very simple, and he served the people with the earnings he got. Such kind of a family was Abdul Kalam's family. My mother, in this story, in the 4th paragraph, let us see, mother remained ideal partner for her husband. Yes, it is very important. As I told you just now, that the mother served the large family. There were a number of people, Abdul Kalam's siblings, his uncles, his aunts, all the relatives all together. It was a large family. Though serving all the members of the family, this mother remembered ideal to her husband. She also served that person with her own consent, with complete heart. Such kind of a very pious and simple lady she was. Now let us come to the memories that he tells us in this story. Let us see the memories from the 5th paragraph. It starts, as you all know, his life, his childhood was very secure, because his family was very large. It was a secure family. Once he was eating with his mother, he recalled that memory. One memory out of the memories that he wrote, first memory that he tells us about is, once he was eating with his mother, they used to eat on banana leaves, and on that the rice, the aromatic sambar, pickles made by his mother, and coconut chutney and all that he remembered, and he never forgot the food prepared by his own mother. Even though he went to far off places, he never forgot the food that his mother used to give him. Such was his first memory. And the second, he talks about World War II. Once what happened during World War II, when the war broke out, the supplies were not sufficient to the families, to the complete village, his town. Then his mother and his grandmother used to collect some supplies, the food. As you all know, when the war broke out, the first thing happened in their town was the train that did not stop in the station, in Rameshwaram station. So the newspaper was thrown out of the train, running train. As you know, the food supplies were very little. So his mother and grandmother used to collect the supplies, and that was not enough for such a large family. So once what happened, the mother was preparing chapatis. Abdul Kalam, he was very small boy. He went on eating the chapatis. As he was very hungry, he went on eating the chapatis. His mother used to give him, and he went on eating. As he completed his food, there was nothing left for the mother and grandmother. So what happened? His elder brother took him to a side, and his elder brother softened him and explained him that this was not good, because that day when he ate all the chapatis, there was nothing left for the mother and grandmother. But the mother, see, a mother's love to her child, she did not complain. She did not even tell Abdul Kalam that there was nothing left. Such a boy, a small boy, who did not observe all these things, and he completed his food. But later, when his elder brother softened him and explained him that this was not good to eat in such a way when there was no food, he understood his mistake. In such age, a small age, he understood his mistake, and he never did or never repeated that mistake He was ashamed of himself. For some days, he did not even stand in front of his mother showing his face. He couldn't show his face to his mother. Such a shame that he felt in himself. He never repeated it. Now, after that, let us move forward. He had to pursue the other studies. So he had to go to larger towns for his studies, as you know. So he couldn't remain the lovable child of his mother with her mother. So he had to go to the far places for the studies. He went on. Then he tells us about another memory that comes here. During World War II only, he was 8 years old. He was just 8 years old, and in such 8 years boy, in such an age, he had to sell the newspapers. As I just told you during at the beginning, that he sold newspapers. Yes, it comes here. He was 8 years old when he sold newspapers. Early in the morning, he used to go to sell the newspapers, and he had to go for the Quran classes, and he also had to go to school. During all his day schedule, his mother was the only person who was always with him, who used to help him. Before he woke up, his mother woke up. After he slept, his mother slept. And when he came from the school, his mother gave him water to wash his face and hands. So he recalls that he couldn't forget his mother until his last breath. This was one of the memories that he tells us about. After that, as you know that among all the siblings, he was given more priority. Once, after the day schedule, as we have just discussed, after the day schedule, he came back and he was tired. He slept in the lap of his mother. And he fell unconscious, he fell asleep. His mother tenderly moved her fingers through the boy's hair. Then the tears fell from his eyes. The mother understood that the boy had grown up. He started understanding what is right and what is not. The boy had grown up. The mother felt that. Mother, as we just understood from the previous paragraphs, that mother was a very simple lady. She had no pride. She served all the people. She always remembered, she always helped the people, all the guests and everyone. Very simple lady she was. Now, he talks about his father. His father lived till the age of 102 years. And when he died, Abdul Kalam was busy in his work. He was making SLV-3 rocket. As you all know that he is very famous scientist who made a rocket. Recently, he has launched the number of rockets, world ranking, he has made history. He has brought proud to our country by making some rockets. SLV-3 rocket he was making. He was busy in that. His father died. He got the news. He came back to his village. He saw his mother. She was very upset. She was crying. He consoled her. He went to her. After the burial of his father, he had to go back to his work. He always had given preference to his work also. So he had to go. He went to his mother and just told that he had some work. His mother had not stopped him. Though he had to stay there for some days with his mother to console her, to make her happy or to make her good in her feelings, he went on. His mother never stopped. Such a mother she was. And after a few years, mother passed away. He came back again. He had some time. So after his mother's burial, he went on into the streets of the mosques. He recalled all the memories that he went with his uncles to the mosque. He played with his friends. He went to school, his friends, and all the members he recalled. And he was let us say he talked about his mother only. He recalled all his memories about his friends, and especially he talks is about his mother. Now let us stop here. It was the first unit. In short, because this is to be completed, it was the first part that I told you. Inshallah, in the next further classes, I will tell you more about Abdul Kalam. We will also discuss about his mother, and a few questions I would like to give you. You have to make the answer for the question that here I told you during World War II he had some memories. Write down a few memories that Abdul Kalam discussed in this story, right? For the next video, I'll explain you the other stories. Thank you very much.